Imagine a battlefield, but not as epic as the Napoleonic Wars. I'm talking about internet forums. Here, users throw euphoric comments at times and filled with anger at others, all while trying to defend their points of view. What would Hegel say in the face of this frenzy? This 19th century German philosopher might offer us a unique perspective with his idea of dialectics. In simple terms, Hegelian dialectics suggests that every argument, or thesis, inevitably generates its opposite, or antithesis. From the friction between the two arises a synthesis, a new idea that surpasses the initial ones. Now, imagine applying this technique to heated discussions on social media, where every tweet is a battle and every comment a cannon. Could we find a synthesis that translates such chaos into something productive? Hegel might be surprised to see how his ideas would be applied to the digital age. On social media, opinions are not mere opinions, they are forces in action. Think of the 1,000 arguments that arise every time a controversial news item is published. As thousands of users participate, a whirlwind of theses and antitheses floods the platform. But this is where Hegel's magic really comes into play. Instead of seeing polarization as an impenetrable wall, perhaps we can see it as the first step towards a larger synthesis. The secret lies in stopping and listening, instead of just reacting. By fostering active listening in online conversations, we could achieve the much-needed synthesis. It would be like solving a puzzle with pieces made of words. Now let's see how to put this exercise into practice. First, identify the thesis in a discussion. This could be any statement that catches your attention. Then, observe the antithesis that will inevitably arise. What's curious about social media is that they are fertile ground for those antitheses to emerge, often with arguments as solid as the thesis itself. In this context, the debate is just a starting point, not an end. The key is to thoroughly research both sides without just sticking to the headlines or memes. This process, though tense, could bring us closer to a deeper truth. It's exciting to think that if this entire dialectical battle ends in greater understanding, we would have transformed a simple desire to argue into something truly worthwhile. So how do we apply this in everyday discussions? Before losing control in a heated defense of your point of view, ask yourself, what is the thesis here? And what is the antithesis that challenges it? Beyond the usual chaos of online debates, we could envisage a third way, created from the confrontation of ideas. This approach not only has the potential to elevate the quality of dialogue on the internet, but could also generate new perspectives, something that would be useful in an increasingly divided world. Hegel would teach us that true intellectual satisfaction does not come from having the last word, but from creating a synthesis that brings human and emotional value. After all, in the vast ocean of the internet, finding this balance could be the remedy we so desperately need. To access more content like this, subscribe to the channel and don't miss what's coming next.